Hello and welcome back. This is MAPP 3D assignment number 6. This is going to be the 4th video. This is for New England School Communication students in the Speaker Systems Design and Optimization course. And the next thing to do is to mimic or duplicate, mirror our house left array that we have just articulated. So it's selected. And of course, you could always select it by clicking on it or select it here again if you need to select it. And this is the mirror tool. And you want to mirror along the y-axis. And it's going to put it on the right side of the venue, house right side. Now, I really should have made, before I did that, a layer for house right mains. So I'll make it now. So double click it to name it house right mains. And I'm going to click on those house right mains and go to object settings and assign that to the house right mains. So it's on that layer now. Just want to look down this, make sure everything is the way it should be. And it does look like it's all the same as the house left mains array. So that is good. And of course, it's on the opposite side of the y-axis. So that's an easy step. I'll just go ahead and save my project as a new version. But that isn't that big of a deal. The next part of the assignment is kind of cool. We're going to use Compass, and I believe you used Compass on the last MAPP assignment. So this should be a repeat of the process. But Compass is the loudspeaker processor that Meyer uses to control their Galileo and Galaxy system processors, Callisto and their other processors. And we're going to use a virtual Galaxy in this assignment. So I've already booted up Compass, and this is what it looks like when it boots up. And to follow instructions, let's go to processors, and at least one will load up here. I'm going to delete that, so I've got rid of the one processor. And let's add a new one. If you are on the network, you could find them on the network. We're just going to add a new one here. It's going to be a Galaxy. And the instructions is kind of clear. It wants you to name it something, so it's going to want you to name it Mains Compass. So we'll name that Mains Compass and hit OK. Use virtual because we don't have a real Galaxy here, and you probably don't have one at home. Now you can click on this tab here for the Mains Compass, and this is the overview page. You might want to make it bigger. I'm going to make it bigger. And it's showing all my input channels and output channels. We're not going to work with the input channels here. We're going to work with the output channels. And once we integrate it and connect it to MAPP, any changes made here will follow in MAPP, and any changes we make in MAPP will follow here. That's pretty cool and powerful. And definitely a lot faster. Now, let's go back to MAPP 3D and name its processor Mains MAPP. So I'm going to go back to MAPP 3D. I'm going to go to the processor settings page. And this is the Galaxy One is what we've been using for both of our PA. Our both sides of our PA are mono in this case, and that's fine. We're just doing a virtual PA. We don't need it to be stereo. So we'll do Mains MAPP. We've now named our processor that. Let's go back to the instructions. I want to follow this. Excuse me. We want to connect those two processors, the maps for the one in MAPP and the one in Compass together. So that happens in MAPP 3D. It is under Tools, Signal Processor Management. And this is Mains MAPP, the one in MAPP. And we'll click Discover Device, select Discover. Oh, there it is. It has found it, the Compass version on my same computer. And I now want to push all the settings in MAPP from MAPP to Compass. There really aren't any settings right now, but there will be later on, or if you restart or close the assignment and restart or anything, you may have to do this. And push the, the primary place for the data, at least in this assignment, will live in MAPP. So we're going to push it from MAPP to Compass. So connect, and then connect all, done. And now if I make any changes here, like let's mute channel 8. If I go over to Compass, channel 8 is muted. So we'll unmute it, go back to Compass, go back to MAPP, and it's muted. So that's cool. So that's pretty easy to do. Next thing to do is to set up, and this is really the real reason why we're using this, is to set up all the channels. I mean, this is going to be a 16-channel processor, 16-channel array. We want to group it all together link all the channels together so that when you make a change like mute them, they all mute together and you don't have to click it 16 times. And so that's the real advantage of this over MAPP is the linking. So the linking, you're going to go to Mains Compass and then go to the Settings sub-tab and then the Link Groups sub-tab. So let's do that. So we'll go, oops, sorry, wrong program. Compass, Mains Compass, Settings, Link Groups. And we only really need to set up, I believe, one link group here because we're only doing one big array. Actually, hold on. Looks like we're going to link all the Leos together. We're not going to bother with the Lion M and the Lion W because they're independent, but we will link the two Lion WXTs together. So let's mimic this whole setup here. So turn on these two links. The first one is going to be the Lion M, the Leo M. The second one will be the Lion WXT. I keep thinking of a Subaru every time I do that. And we're going to put our outputs here. 1 through 12 are all Leos. So we'll put those all in that group. And the WXTs are the last two. And there we go. I missed one there. So now if we go back to our overview page, we should have the ability to link these together and mute them, all the Leos. And we should have the ability to turn that link group off and turn on and link the WXTs. The other two will still work independently. And do note, if you have two link groups selected at once, they all work together. And so maybe it's even a good idea to make a third group. I didn't put this in the instructions, but if you were working for real here in a real setting, a real environment, you'd probably make a third one here, which is, all. Turn that on and mute that. Oh, can't do that because you can't have things assigned to two different places. So ignore that last great idea I had. That was kind of pointless. Anyway, I'm not going to restart the video for that. I think that's just kind of silly. But anyway, let's turn those link groups off. Oh, I've messed my world up here, so I got to go back and fix it. Settings, link group, these two have to be re-added to it. So ignore that little moment I had in the video. We'll go back to overview and go back to the instructions and see what's next. So we do want to save our file, and that's going to be important as well. So for saving of the Compass file, go to Project and create take a snapshot. Snapshot, of course, is all the settings at a particular moment in time. So create new. And name it whatever you want. Getting started might be a nice place to go. And that does not save the file. That just creates a snapshot. You have to save a snapshot and save the project. I've had students have a lot of problems with this in the past. So make sure you remember to do both. Save your project. And I'm just going to save it in the same folder I am at right now. So this will be, and the instructions are specific about what it wants to be, but it's like map 6 compass your name. So we'll call it Fergie Eric there. Cool. Excellent. And the last thing we'll do on this video is we want to assign our output, our processor channels to be 1 through 16 for all the elements in the array 1 through 16. So do recall we have 2 arrays here to do this for. So we'll start with the left side, selecting the left side, go to Object Settings. And now, and there really isn't any speedy way of doing this, you just have to, one at a time, go 4, 5, 6. Maybe this would have been easier for me to have done this before I mirrored the array, but I think I've had issues mirroring arrays and having to reset channels. So it probably either way, it's not going to kill you to do this twice. And now I'm on 13, 14, 15, and 16. Mirroring that, let's select house right. And look, I never got the name of house right in there on that array earlier, so we'll call that mains right, mains house right. And I kind of boo-booed on that, but mains right, now it's going to be okay. And we want to do the same thing, output channel 2, output channel 3, and down the list. Bit of homework here, getting this right. 7, 8. I'm on 9, 10, 11. Of course, the last Leo is number 12, so this is all working out. Now 13, 14, 15, and 16. So with that all done, I'm ready to save a new version of MAPP. So save as, I'm going to call it version 6 now. Of course, we just saved in our compass. So we'll be ready to do some fun stuff here in the next video in a moment. Okay, bye-bye.